The rain's catching up on me, so I better make this quick, get on with as much as I can. It's going to piss down. But anyway, back to Cherhill. I'm at the other end of the hill on which Oldbury Iron Age hill fort is built. Really close to Silbury Hill. Beckhampton is to my right. We're here to try and map on video the interesting earthworks, place names and other evidence of prehistoric and post-Roman and Roman culture in this area. What can YouTube antiquarians like you and I do that anybody else hasn't done in the past? What we can do, we have LiDAR, which OGS Crawford didn't have. We have old maps, which he did. We have a database of Anglo-Saxon charters, which these old antiquarians didn't, these archaeologists didn't. But above all, we have our feet. We're able to come out into the landscape and talk about the topography. This is a ridge overlooking Beckhampton. The land drops away that side, the land drops away that side, and it slowly makes its way up to Oldbury Hill Fort. On either side of me are two dikes, and this is a ditch in the inside. It's widened, very wide, almost as wide as a Roman road. It's not a Roman road, so who knows what date it is. When talking about Beckhampton, which is quarter of a mile away, the English Place Name Society, when discussing Beck, Batcha, says they find it a confusing word because there are no ridges nearby. This is one of 2 or 3 ridges near the really close to the village of Beckhampton, or Beckhampton or Beckhampton. Which tells me, so this is a contribution that YouTube antiquarians like you and I can make to the historical record. We can go out into the landscape and say, actually there are ridges in Beckhampton. There is another definition for the word batcha, but the main one is a ridge. It's basically, to the Old English, to the Anglo-Saxon, the side of this hill looked like the back of a pig. It was the ridge of a boar. And this very much does, especially with these dikes on it. It looks very much, even from the road, driving along, you'll think, that's an interesting earthwork. And it's a beautiful shape. It's in this sort of ridge shape. There's another definition, and that is beck, but that's much more of a northern word. We don't often use it down in the south. But in the Middle Ages, north and south, people were moving around a lot more. You do find some northern inspired words in the south. There's also the Southern English word batch, which means a type of stream. The academics don't seem to know very much about it. One or two have mentioned it. I know the word batch as a southerner, but it's quite a rare word. So it could be representing a stream. No mention of this stream in the English Place Name Society. They seem to not recognise that nearby is the source of the river, the Kennet, the Cúnetan to the Old English. Now, I said to you a minute ago that the River Kennet was called by the Old English Anglo-Saxons as Cúnetan. It's old. They weren't the ones to invent the name. So we know that because there's a Roman station, a Romano British station just beyond Marlborough on the Kennet, and it's called Cunetio, which means the sound Cúnet is pre-English, which means it is almost definitely prehistoric. So these fine old Welsh names are still in the landscape, and Kennet is one of them.